That bill would have allowed extraditions to mainland China, where courts are controlled by the Communist Party. But since the protests started in June, they've turned into a push for greater democracy. There's no guarantee, though. The official announcement, one of the protesters' key demands, will help end the unrest. Well, for more on this story now, let's bring in our regional correspondent, Charles Pellegrin, who's in Beijing. Charles, Carrie Lam says the extradition law will be withdrawn. This bill is what kicked off the pro-democracy protests over 2 months ago. Talk us through a bit more about what it is exactly.
Absolutely. This is the bill that got at its height almost 2 million people in the streets of Hong Kong for it not to be passed. And just as a reminder, this extradition bill would have allowed extraditions from Hong Kong to jurisdictions where Hong Kong does not have agreements, which includes mainland China. According to the government, this was a way to basically fill a legal loophole that would have allowed Hong Kong to be a safe haven for fugitives and criminals, but critics of the bill said that this was basically putting in jeopardy the independence of Hong Kong's judiciary system by allowing these extraditions of people in Hong Kong to mainland China, where the courts are controlled by the Communist Party. There's especially a lot of concern over crimes of a political nature in mainland China. And this is the bill that brought basically all of Hong Kong to a standstill, and at its height, 2 million people in the streets of the city on June 16th.
Now, Charles, the big question is really, is this too little too late?
Well, this is what a lot of pro-democracy activists and people who are part of this protest movement of the past 2-3 months are saying, that basically if Carrie Lam had announced the full withdrawal of this bill 2 months ago after the June 16th march, then perhaps this would have had an effect and this would sound like an actual sincere attempt at constructing some sort of dialogue. But all the reactions about this announcement this Thursday are very basically suspicious about this. Joshua Wong himself said these words, "too little, too late." Basically, this is coming after 1,200 arrests, and basically he's putting in doubt the sincerity of this move. And he's also said that they have concealed nothing, in fact, and a full-scale clampdown is on the way. So a lot of protesters here expecting this to just be one part of a strategy, while on the other end, arrests of protesters will continue. So protesters that I've been speaking to really saying that they have 5 demands, and it's all 5 demands that need to be addressed for them to start marching in the streets of Hong Kong.
Charles, thank you for that. That's our regional correspondent, Charles Pellegrin, reporting from Beijing.